Hi, everybody. This is Michelle with Bob Reward.
Yes.
Woohoo! Nipsey
All
Hussle.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Good stuff.
in case you guys don't know who Nipsey Hussle is, Nipsey Hussle is a hip hop artist. And he started a reason why we're talking about him is because we are showcasing black entertainers, okay, who invest in businesses and invest in their black communities. So we want to talk positively and want to encourage people to invest in black-owned businesses. And so we are going to be talking about Nipsey Hussle today.
Yes.
Yeah. So Nipsey Hussle, what do you know about him, Hamlin?
Well, I do know that he is a hip hop artist. He's also from West Coast, LA, California, that side of the world. Um, he's also he's done a lot of things in his life in terms of music and putting his brand out there. So that part I do know about him as far as being kind of understanding what the West Coast hip hop scene is. He's pretty good out there, in the world, but mainly in California where he's from.
Right. Well, his real name is Ermias Ashadam. Ashadam. Think I pronounced that right?
Oh, okay.
Born August 15th, 1985, better known as Nipsey Hussle. Okay. American rapper from Los Angeles, California. He was released several mixtapes, so on and so on. Okay. Now, says the latter of the rich rapper Jay-Z bought 100 copies for $100 each.
Yes.
His debut.
That's what made me start to pay attention to him when I heard about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was that about?
Normally you give away. Just being in promotion. Normally you give away mixtapes. Much less sell them. A couple of people I know would sell them for $10. And this is on the street market.
Right, but that's how a lot of them got started, like Cash Money. What's the guy down there? Cash. What's that guy's name? The one in the two brothers that started Cash Money. What's their name? The one that baby. The one they call that's how they all got started back in the 80s, and where they would go sell the sell their mixtapes and stuff. But I don't know why they made, why is that such significance? Now, I was listening to one of his videos today, and Nipsey Hussle, and I heard a beat in there that sounded like one of Jay-Z's songs. So they must have done some type of collaboration, because that beat, I can't even think of what song it is, but the one with the kids kind of singing in the, it's let's like, I don't know, one of them songs. Anyhow. So they must have done some collaboration together. Now, I do want to point out here, so basically Marathon itself, he started the clothing line, and it used to be called Slausen's Tees. Are you familiar with that, Slausen's Tees?
Well, I'm familiar with the place Slauson in California.
Slauson and Crenshaw. Slauson is an avenue in LA. Right?
Yeah.
And he was raised in the Crenshaw district. Now, he branded, what's great about him is he branded this Crenshaw brand, okay? The most popular item, do you know which the most popular item is?
I'm not really sure. What is it? This T-shirt, maybe?
It's the blue and the yellow, Crenshaw, the hat.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
Yeah.
This
And Crenshaw is a very rough part of California.
it
You know,
is. Well,
it's really, really rough.
You know what? I think it's a little overrated. I mean, they do have a lot of gang activity. I think it's a little, you know, they always say that our neighborhoods are the roughest and the toughest. Now,
No.
Go
I've
ahead.
been there. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I actually
I've
been
been
on the
there
Lawson. Yeah.
I've been there too, but I
It's
didn't,
no
you know, I
joke.
can't say that I know it from the back of my hand. Now, I have other Bob members that, you know, are in the Crenshaw district, and, you know, I love them to death. You know, they're just, I mean, I don't know. You know how when we have something all black, you know, everything is, our neighborhoods are always just seen kind of as bad. You know what I mean when I say that?
But
So they get it.
this was like in the early 2000s,
Uh-huh.
late 90s, early 2000s. So I don't know what's transitioned from then till now,
Mm-hmm.
but back then it was really, really rough, like really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So this is around the time.
It's being gentrified, you know. That I understand that the area is being gentrified pretty heavily now.
Yeah,
So
a lot of stuff has changed. A lot of stuff has changed. So like this is nothing recent that I'm speaking of when we say I don't know, but again, this is part of the reason why we're discussing it, because a lot of the, you know, programs and things that, you know, Nipsey Hussle partnered up in, you know, is actually making a lot of change in this particular area.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah.
There are some videos out there if anybody wants to go take a look on YouTube. One with World Star Hip Hop, and then also I don't know if it's for live TV. I'm not sure. But in any event, you know, they talk a lot about, you know, people in the community talking about how he's hired a lot of, you know, people with felonies and people getting out of prison and stuff like that, you know. And, you know, he is helping the community now. And, you know, this is a brother that has not forgotten where he's come from. Okay. And I have a lot of respect for Nipsey Hussle and any other brother that's out here doing this kind of thing, because this is, I mean, it's wonderful. You know, it's his, and the whole story of how it all got started is just, it's wonderful. I mean, it's truly shows that he is a hustler, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because they talked about how he how, you know, him and his brother, they would sell t-shirts, you know, at the time, you know, people wearing these t-shirts, you know, like, you know, people love the tees, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I just want not to digress here, but I get amazed, you know, at how much money people spend on t-shirts, you know, and baseball caps. I'm amazed at the price. But so anyway, they talked about you know, like him and his brother, you know, the police would come by there, and, you know, they didn't have a permit to sell, you know, outside, or, you know, they needed to have, you know, it's against the law in certain areas to sell outside, of course, you know, without a permit, or not to have a storefront. And so the police, you know, they took one day, stopped them and scavenged all their stuff, and, you know, took all their items and everything. And then that's when they kind of thought to themselves, that they need, you know, they were going to get a storefront. One of the brothers, I think he said he looked up and saw that across the street that there was a for lease sign right there on the corner of Slauson and Crenshaw. And so that's how all that started. And then, but then they, you know, they ran into trouble. You know, everything was going good, you know. And then I guess the brother had got caught up in something, and he went to prison for 3 years. And then when they got back out, that's when they decided to do it again. Okay. And so, I think that, you know, the fact that he's made money doing the you know, making his music, and then taking that money and reinvesting into something that is benefiting the Black community is awesome. Okay. It's wonderful. And, you know, I want to see a lot more of this done, you know. where we're investing in our businesses and our communities. Don't forget about, and he didn't forget about that area where he grew up. You know what I'm saying? Because, you got a lot of black entertainers and a lot of black people, period, that forget about their communities. They forget about putting more money back in the community that they were brought up in. They'll rather take that money and go, I guess, live the high life in another community somewhere else instead of taking that money and put, would you agree to that, Hamlin?
I mean, as far as like investing in another place, I mean, I don't agree on that. No, I mean, it's only right that you invest somewhere where you started out or you had your success. That, to me, that makes sense, but not everybody thinks that way. Not everybody views things that way. So because everybody doesn't view it that way, you have people out here that, they'll start companies, and once this company starts and it grows, they'll pack up and go to another community. And I mean, you're not getting the same support because this particular place doesn't know you, and this is not where you had your success from. So, I mean, it doesn't make sense, but some people do it. Now, if you decide, okay, you want to live somewhere else, that's something totally different. But, we do have to invest, something, and be smart about it.
I think it's more so because people want to get that acceptance, from being in a white community. I just, that's basically what it is. It's that white acceptance, because, if you grow up in an area, like say if you're LeBron James or something, and you're growing up in a poor environment from nothing, and then you made it and you've been successful, but you don't want to come back and put no money into, or hire people, whatever. It's like it says to a higher standard of mentality that there's something wrong there, where you're not, those kind of people don't want to really be seen. They want to be seen as powerful and big, amongst those white people. They want that white acceptance. That's what it boils down to. But that's a whole nother discussion. And, it is, like I said, this brother has done great things. I want to look a little bit at his products that he has here. Okay. And like I was saying before, the one thing that the blue and the yellow Crenshaw products, like this hat right here, this is what most people are most familiar with, right? At least I am. This is what they said got him famous, okay, as the hats, the blue, the blue and the yellow. But now they got all these other different colors. But look how much they're not cheap.
No.
Not cheap at all.
So you have to spend on quality. You definitely have to spend on quality, and it's a brand. Everything that you do has to be a brand, and part of your brand.
Lighters.
If you buy something, you're buying the name. Anytime you buy a brand, you're buying the name. So he's built himself up to a point where he feels this is what his brand is worth, and this is what he sells, and it's something simple. It's online, but yes, he does actually have a physical store.
Yeah.
In the same area, where he was hustling his T-shirts and mixtapes, but now he actually invested with partners. He didn't just do it on his own. He did have some partners that they went and said, "Hey, let's get this. Let's get this."
I think it's one though. Sam, is his name Sam? I don't know who Sam is, but I did hear them mention that name. Yeah, right. And it sounds like, that's why I like the name. It's fitting. When people think, the name Hussle, it's real fitting because he really did hustle. I mean, just to get it going. And a lot of people don't realize that is basically what a business is. I mean, when we think of the term hustle, we think of it kind of in a negative way. but really it's not really that negative of a word. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to hustle. You can't have a business unless you hustle. You know? And I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm saying it in a much positive way as a motivation, having the motivation to get up every day, to be disciplined, to do the things that you need to do, you know, to contact people that you really wouldn't want to contact, to be a customer of yours, to, you know, that kind of a hustle, that drive.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about these two brothers. Here they are out in the street selling these teas, right? One, they did a really good market analysis, I would say, you know, because they knew there was a demand for people wanting to buy the T-shirts, you know. I mean, and just think about it, this is at a time where people are, people like to have that kind of branding, like your shirt, what it says on your shirt right there. You know, they like that kind of branding, you know. So what I'm saying is that hustling is not negative. And I would like for people to get that negative connotation about what they think about when people say hustle. Hustling is a good thing. So I just wanted to just add that in. I don't know if you wanted to add anything on
that. No, because I mean, when you hear the term, I mean, you have those that hustle and those that hustle, if you know what I mean. You can be a hustler, but hustling the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's why a lot of times when you hear the word hustle, you think of the wrong thing as opposed to just the street mentality and the mindset of being a business person. Because somebody that comes from the street, you know, you don't have opportunities to say, okay, I'm going to start up a storefront, or let's go to a bank and get a loan, or these are not things that were done, you know, to get to that point. You know, you had to scrape up a little bit of money, however you got it, you know, and invest in yourself. You know, that means you didn't party as much. You didn't do a lot of things. You invested in yourself. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing out, is that if you don't sacrifice these type of things, you know, you're not going to get to the point where you want to be. There's a lot of sacrifice that went into him investing in his own T-shirts. You know, these are for people that want to get into fashion, you know, because I deal with fashion. I mean, you can see I have my shirt, my brand.
Yeah, that's nice. That is nice. I didn't even know you had that brand.
Yeah, I mean, this is my brand. You know, it's mine. You know, I own it. You know, this is something nobody can take from me. I'd rather invest in my own T-shirt as opposed to going out and buying someone else. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so him doing the same thing and then just taking it a step further to say, well, okay, I'm going to sell my brand and make money off of it. But again, there are certain legal things that you've got to, you know, take care of before you get to that point. You know, there's the, things of, you know, having, like you said, permits if you're going to be out on the street, or storefronts, licensing, you know, things like that, in order to be a legitimate business. You know, if you're talking about being legitimate, then these are things that you need. So, you know, I mean, definitely it's a great thing for him to say, well, okay, you know what? I need to legitimize this. I can't do it on my own. You know, I'm going to get some people that believe in me. Let's invest in ourselves. And he also has, the store is called Marathon Clothing Store. That's the store that he has out there. And the good thing, he's even taking it a step further. He actually, I don't know if you know or if you remember from the video, he has an app. He has an actual app that is used, because, you know, everybody has an app for, you know, either for ordering stuff, clothing, whatever. So he's actually even taking it a step further and has an app that he uses for his customers and sells the T-shirts, sweaters. You know, he's got, you know, all these things going on. So, I mean, I think it's great that you come from, you know, doing all these things on the street to investing in yourself and doing it the right way. So this is for all those people that are into fashion. You know, definitely invest in yourself, invest in your logo, invest in your brand, and go online and figure out the right ways to do it, so the police don't have to come and confiscate your stuff, because you work hard for your stuff. You work hard to pay for T-shirts and pay for logos just for, you know, police to come confiscate it because you're doing it the wrong way. You know, so find out, you know, okay, am I doing this the right way? How can I go about this the right way? And I think that's basically the lesson too for those that want to get into fashion. Start small. It doesn't have to start with the big storefront. You can start from your home, or like you said, online. It's definitely a big thing. An online store.
Definitely online, right? There's tons of Black businesses that sell online. You would be amazed. What it is that a lot of people just don't know about certain things. That's why we've got BobRewards.club. That's why we are building the largest database of Black-owned businesses in the whole country. Okay, but and they have brands. I've ran across so many different brand clothing. It's just amazing. You just don't know about them. It's all about the marketing, and it's all about the dollars of being able to market. They say for it used to be, every 10% of the profit that you bring in, you should put that back into marketing and advertising so that it can be out. Because, look at McDonald's. You think about McDonald's. Everybody's heard of McDonald's, but you still see McDonald's commercials, right? So everybody knows about McDonald's, but they still advertise so you don't forget about them. So advertising is very important, and that is what gives certain businesses an edge on others. So that's why we don't know about a lot of things, because a lot of Black businesses usually just don't have it in their budget to do that advertising and that marketing piece, getting it out there. Thank God for social media though, but for those that are not on social media all the time, you might need to put a commercial, or, you might need to do a radio spot or whatever. So that marketing piece is very important. So I just kind of wanted to, you were talking a little bit about Nipsey and his, I love to see, like I said, my brothers who have that mindset where they want to make that money, and then they learn how to legitimize what they're doing. Now, I don't know if he ever sold any drugs or anything like that. Do you know anything about that to get his start? What do you know?
Well, to be honest,
I just get down to
and
the
I'm not gonna incriminate anybody.
But I'm just saying, what have you? Have you? You often hear about that.
I've been in music for a long time, and everyone major company that is in music has one shape, form, or another has used drug money to back whatever they're doing. Mm-hmm. That is true. Mm-hmm. You can research on it. You can do whatever you want to do. From the biggest major companies that one way or another,
drug money was involved. It is that is true. Drug money. And even think about back in the day, like with prohibition, with liquor. Like John F. Kennedy's father, John F. Kennedy Jr., the late president, his dad was a big bootlegger, these people, a lot of them, they got started by doing criminal things. And but I think that, so I guess where I was going with that is he took something bad, if that's how he got his start, and made it good, Yes. And so many brothers don't do that. They don't even have that opportunity to do that. So I just wanted to give that, just commend it. I'm not putting anything down. Like I said, I'm not that judgmental when it comes to anything like that, because I know that there's just good and bad amongst all of us. So I'm not putting him down. That's not for me to judge. That's for God to do. Right?
Yeah, but to be honest, that's the entertainment business in terms of music. That's how a lot of companies were funded. A lot of companies were funded that way. That is the truth. That's not a lie. And like I said, not to incriminate anyone, if that's something that he did, whether it be having silent partners that this is how they made their money, or him himself, the stuff that he's done. The fact is now he's taking it to another level to legitimize it to where now you're making money in a legit way. And to me, that's the key. If you're gonna sell drugs, you know, if you're gonna do these things, do it with a goal to say, well, okay, once I get a certain amount of money, I'm going to invest to become legit. Don't just keep doing it because there is no good outcome from you doing that over long periods of time. And from doing it in this particular way and at this particular level, you're gonna run into problems with police.
Yep.
You know, other rivals,
or go to
people,
jail, or get shot, or get killed. Yeah, I mean, it's it doesn't have a good outcome if it's not legit. So it does need to be legit. Now let me ask you, what do you think about the business that Nipsey Hussle has itself? His product and his service. Okay, like for example, clothing, certain types of music we listen to, this kind of stuff. It all could be a fad. It's all, it's all kind of symptomatic of what's going on and what people are, gravitating to like a fad, at that period of time in history. We've seen these labels come and they go, Rockaware, everybody's had a label, where people are just, they like to wear the clothing now, but then they'll set it down. Do you see his company being viable 10 years from now? Do you see it still being around? That's a question.
That's a good question. That's a really good question. But
that's the question I'm asking you.
I would say in the next 5 years, I mean, the way he's going, the route he's going, yes. The route he's going, I do see that. But things change. I'm not a fortune teller. I can predict the future, but I can't predict the future.
Me working in
because this is the reason why I say this, because, a lot of companies, right, and this is what's happened, especially in our particular industry, when Russell Simmons, he had Fat Farm, or, Jay-Z had Rockaware, a lot of times these companies get bought out. And they get bought out for them not to do business anymore because they're doing so big. So will they get that buyout? I don't know.
I don't get that statement.
When you get to a certain level, of what you're doing, major companies are going to come in because they want to buy out competition. You become competition with.
But if they have something that's making money, why would they want to stop that brand?
Because their brand, they want to push their brand and not yours. So they buy you out. That's what's called a buyout.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're saying they're buying you out to push another brand. Okay. I thought you were just meaning that they would just buy. Okay. Yeah. I can see that.
I'm just letting you know, this is why you don't see a lot of these companies today, because they get bought out. And because they get bought out, they sit back and they're no longer pushing their brand because they got bought out.
Or people just are not interested in wearing that brand anymore. They're not interested.
In other words, if
it's not
you're my
popular.
competition,
it's not popular anymore.
Yeah, but you're my competition, right? And
right.
I don't want to see you. I mean, you're making a lot of money, but I'm making money. But I don't want to see you go any further than where you're going. So I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to buy, because you're costing me money. You're costing me money by you operating the way you're doing. So I'm going to buy you out so I can continue to do my business. Right? I'm going to continue to do my business, and I'm not going to push your business anymore. I'm going to buy it out so I can sit it on the side. This happens a lot.
It does.
In music, in a lot of brands. So will he take that buyout? I don't know. I can't answer that. That's up to him.
Yeah. Well, I would say that, that he should invest in some more businesses. And I'm going to say businesses that have been known to be viable for a long time. If you get long term, if you have that kind of money, you got thousands, millions of dollars just sitting around, okay? Take that money, invest in insurance companies, invest in businesses, like I said, that are viable. Like last week we talked about Akon. Akon invested in electricity over in Africa. He's one of the largest African electricity and solar power companies over there. Okay, that's viable. It ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be here. You know, the clothing line thing is not. I mean, we're gonna always need clothes, but it's such a fad. You know, so yeah, it would be good if he developed it. Crenshaw, I just don't see that being popular 10 years from now. And that's just my personal opinion on it.
Okay.
I mean, and we've seen that with a lot of clothing lines, like remember Aristotle? What is it? Era. You know, the Aristotle, is it Aristotle? The shirts, whatever.
Aeropostale?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I used to wear it, so I know. I went through a lot of brands.
Yeah.
A lot.
So, do you remember when everybody was wearing those shirts? I guess my point is, do you remember when everyone was wearing the T-shirts and the sweatshirts and everything?
Yeah, like cross color.
And now you don't see that anymore. You don't see that anymore, right?
No, like FUBU, I was into that. Like every single brand, because like I said, I'm a person that was always into fashion, you know. So
yeah,
all of those things I bought, and when something else comes along, you know, you forget about it because it's part of the time. You know, some things last longer than others. You know, some brands last longer than others.
Right.
You know, so Rockaware, you know, Fat Farm, you know, a lot of those things I still have to this day. But
like Tommy
I mean,
Hilfiger
they're old. You know, like they're old. I haven't bought a new Fat Farm shirt or, you know, a new cross color shirt. Like, no, this is stuff that I wore like in the 90s and 2000.
Yeah.
You know, here in 2019, you know, it's different. You know, so these things. So I see what you're saying. It doesn't last.
Right.
You know, it's not something that lasts over. But now there are some brands that do last over time. You know, so who's to say, you know, whether it's going to last or not? You know, it may not last. It may last. We don't know. But I mean, he is investing in other things too. You know, like you have what's called a basic needs store. Also, which is something where, you know, you just go in, you have, I think he does prepaid cell phones, fragrances. He does like white teas and black teas, you know, like something similar that, you know, when you go to a normal store in the hood, you go
and then you have the smartphone, the liquor store,
So I don't think that particular type of store.
I'm just joking.
You know, like, you know, it's just, it is what it is, you know. So even if this store, clothing line or marketing doesn't last, I mean, you're always going to need a basic. I mean, if you want to call it hood store, you're always going to need.
Well, and it's okay. You know? It's a business. I mean, you know what? We got all these Arabs and everybody else coming in our community selling us white tees, selling us their smartphones, selling us all their shit. Excuse my language, but they're selling us all their chicken. Everything else is in our communities. You know, every other week there's an Arab that's opening up a chicken restaurant in our hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we need to start selling our own chicken. We need to sell our own teas, our own cell phones. You know, I'm all for it. I'm not knocking it. No way, shape, and form. I mean, I'm here to, you know, that's what I'm doing for the rest of my life is promoting Black-owned businesses, celebrating Black-owned businesses. And if you want to learn how to, if you need help in getting a business set up, we offer free consultation here at Bob Rewards Club. Okay. So I don't know if you want to add any more to the story about Nipsey Hussle. Today is Super Bowl. I'm not going to be watching it, but, you know, I know a lot of people are going to be tuning into it. We wanted to just come here today with that reason.
Full of people watching. I just have my reasons of why I'm not supporting it, you know, so.
Yeah, well, share your reason. Because I'm not really. Now, I went to a Super Bowl, the last one that was in Dallas. I had the opportunity, and it is a great experience to go to the Super Bowl. Okay, I will say. Now, I don't know how it's been the last couple of years, you know, but, you know, the NFL experience that they have and, you know, just the whole thing. It's an all-day affair. It's a nice experience. And I would
Yeah, we'll say that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
That's a whole other
Have
topic.
you? So I'm not, but the political thing going on with the Super Bowl. I just want to, because it is Super Bowl Sunday, so I just wanted to share this with any of our viewers. Is that if that's what you like to do, that's what you like to do. However, there are a lot of political ramifications behind the Super Bowl right now because of what they did to Colin Kaepernick, and also with the artists. I think it's wonderful that Jay-Z, I think Cardi B and Pink, and it was one other big artist that all turned down playing at the Super Bowl. I don't know. What do you think about that? Hamlin?
I mean, like I said, it's nothing. That's a whole other topic.
Okay.
I can go on and on about that particular topic.
Let's go on about it. You in a rush?
No, I mean, I just wanted. There's a couple things that I really wanted to share about, Nipsey Hussle and what he was doing. But I mean, just to kind of
go ahead.
Just to touch on it, basically it's something that I just feel like, as a people, we just have to be smart and know our worth. And not everything is about money. Some things are about, what we stand for and what we believe in. And as far as particular type of organizations, we just have to know where we stand in our place and not always accept, gifts and things due to, there are things that we have to understand that not all money is good money. And, that a lot of people can't be bought. At least I can't be bought or swayed, and other people are feeling the same way. And as a community, we do have to stand by our people that feel certain ways and about certain things. Yes. That's the most I'm gonna speak on. Like I said, this is a whole other topic.
It's a whole other topic, right? But we do have, and we have to stick together on it. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's been a lot of stuff come out, though, about Colin Kaepernick. I'm not going to get into that. Makes me question, a lot of stuff now. However, the thing is that the NFL did not have respect, for what was going on, and how they treated him was not the best. And so that's what a lot of people are standing on and not focusing in. And we have given a lot of time and money towards the NFL for the last how many years?
The brand. It's a brand. Yeah. So I'm glad you. Sorry to cut you off, but I'm glad you touched on that. The NFL is a brand.
Yes.
So we're talking about Nipsey Hussle and his clothing line, right? And what and the brand Crenshaw that he has.
Right.
Okay. You see my brand. I have a T-shirt, right?
Right.
Everybody's supposed to have their own brand, but now we're supporting a company, a franchise. Okay, that not only jerseys, hats, you name it, bumper stickers, flags, you do all kinds of things with these particular sports teams and brands, and we as a people pay millions of dollars to support these particular clothing lines and brands.
And don't and
I'm gonna leave it at that.
That's right.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Right.
Let's support our own. Let's support
other people's
what we do.
brands.
Let's support what we have and what we're creating. Let's create our own brands. Create your own hats and shirts and push that. And you know what?
As opposed to. And let me tell you something else I think about too. And just to me, I don't see why more and more of it is not being done. It's like, okay, we are great entertainers. We're great entertainers in music. We're great entertainers in comedy. We're great entertainers. I mean, we're great people anyway. You know what I'm saying? We're great at acting. Okay, now, why is it that we think that we cannot flourish without, I don't know how to put it in such a nice way, but a lot of us think that we cannot flourish unless, again, we get that white acceptance. Okay, unless again that we can go do that contract with that Jewish-owned music production company. Okay, we can do it. Our music, people like our music. People love hip hop. People will love to see our movies. There's enough of us in our, to have this own Black economy thing going on for us to just keep feeding our own economy, and other groups automatically love what we do anyhow. So it's like, I think that a lot of us need to think from the mindset that we can actually do this. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Are you feeling me with what? Because sometimes I don't get my thoughts out the way I'm trying to,
No.
My words out the way that my thoughts are in my head. But what I'm trying to say is that this is where we have gone into problem, and I see it a lot within the entertainment industry, is that a lot of entertainers always are going outside looking to get that deal with that Jewish owned or that white owned music production or company or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just my feelings on that. I just, and it's time that we need to turn that around. Now, I like the Tyler Perrys. I love the Black production companies, and that are and I love your Jay-Z's. I love all of that. What I don't like about when I hear a lot of stuff about Jay-Z is that there's always like some kind of deal he's doing some Jewish or some, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, to me, I don't know. It just, we're going to be great, because we have something that a lot of other ethnic groups just don't have. I mean, we have talents in these areas. So I just wanted to just throw that out there. And I get a lot of frustration over that, because I think a lot of us have been sucker punched. A lot of us, like artists, when you look back in the 40s, the 30s, the 50s, the 60s, all them artists, a lot of them were taken, they were used, they weren't paid what they were supposed to get paid, So that's why I get frustrated, and I still see some of it happening. I still see like a lot of the type of the music that they're putting out in hip hop, I mean, I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, you go in a grocery store and you hear the music playing, I say in the 80s, in the 70s and the 80s, and you'd hear soft, you'll hear nice, they would play music that was listenable. Some of the lyrics that you hear in some of these songs with the hip hop and stuff, my brothers, y'all could rap to better lyrics, okay? But you got people out there that are rapping to stuff that people don't want to hear when they go in the grocery store or to the doctor's office. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that some of the choices in it's been influenced, it's been corrupted. I think that our music industry has just been totally hijacked. Okay, when in a synopsis, I'm not going to be able to go through it all because it's just going to come out so much. I think that's one reason why we wanted to, I wanted to do this broadcast, Black Business Entertainers. We want to showcase Black business, Black business owners that are in the entertainment world. We don't want to showcase them, but we want to talk about some of the issues that are going on in Black entertainment. Because there are some dynamics, and I see things that are happening in the entertainment area, Hamlin, that is kind of scary to me. But I'm just ranting.
No, and and that's the thing too, is that a lot of it is just some of it is ignorance, not knowing and understanding what you're able to do, what you can't do. Everybody wants to start big. Nobody really wants to start small. Everybody feels like they have to sign this big deal or this big thing in order to get it done. Me, how I started and how I, teach other artists to start out, is basically the route that Nipsey Hussle took. Do your own independent, hit the street. That's where it's at. And these people will come to you. That's how it works. And you start small. He's also, like in his area, he's invested in, a barbershop. you know, which is, it doesn't take much to start a barbershop in a storefront. It takes money, yeah, but not much.
No.
You know, if it's something you really want to do, get your barber license, and you have to have the skill to be able to cut hair. You know, so he has that. You know, you also have, you know, he also has a seafood restaurant.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So, I mean,
what's the name of the seafood restaurant?
He has partners that's invested in that.
What is the name of it?
I don't know the name, but I know that the store is basically family owned and operated.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not certain of the exact name, but these are investments that, you know, he's working on. You know, so these are things that he's investing in his community, and it takes money, yeah. But I'm going to keep coming back to this: is that you can't do it on your own. You know, you have to have other people come in, other money come in, invest. You know, sacrifice, and this has to be something you really want to do. If you know you want to cook or you like to cook, you know, invest in a restaurant. It doesn't have to be a big restaurant. It could be, you know, out of your home. Or I see people investing in, you know, these mobile trucks. They invest in that, you know, and get your licensing and do that. You know, if a storefront is too much for you, you know, barbershop. If you can't operate a storefront, okay, maybe you might want to invest in your home and a couple people you know that will come by and support you and get their hair cut and spread the word. You know, until you can get your money to do, you know, whatever business that you want in terms of a barbershop. You know, but again, you know, you have to start small. You can't start, you know, super big and then expect to be independent and expect to do all of these things. So I think that's the key. And he's also even contributed, we're talking about, you know, when I say he, Nipsey Hussle, you know, he actually has a local elementary school, you know, again, where, you know, he basically helped to, you know, kind of revamp and shape it up a bit. And
okay.
Yeah.
Is that in the Crenshaw area too? In that same?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. That's wonderful. That is great. Yeah.
And it does have some principles.
He's doing the damn thing, you know?
Yeah, he does have some principles that he placed in there, which was safety, respect, friendship, kindness, and community. You know, so these are the things that he placed on the local elementary school. So when we're talking elementary school, we're talking about children. You know, it starts from the youth. It starts from when you're young. You know, just because a child is, you know, 6, 7 years old doesn't mean that they don't have dreams or they're not able to aspire to do certain things. You know, but when you start from that age and showing them how to take the steps to become successful independently, to invest in their community successfully, when somebody gets to a certain age, they realize, hey, you know, I can do this on my own. I don't have to go to a major corporation, or I don't have to go to this place or that, because I've invested the amount of time, and maybe I have parents or brothers or uncles or cousins that believe in me as well, and they're going to invest in my business. But I have to know what I'm doing and be passionate about it and start small, you know? So, I mean, again, these are the type of things that we promote, you know, based off of what people are doing. Because, again, not everybody is going to be able to start at a big, super storefront. That's just not reality. And we're talking about somebody that's from, you know, whether it be the hood, projects, you know, whatever you want to call it, you know, somebody coming from that particular place to try to start something big, it's not going to happen. That's a false illusion and a false dream. But if you say, well, okay, I'm going to start small and, you know, maybe out of my house and maybe to a couple friends I know at school, whatever, and you're going to run into opposition. And when I say opposition, meaning, like, perfect example, when I was young, I started out selling T-shirts, real young, to girls.
Oh, did you?
That was my business that I started. Yeah, I did like this, you know, T-shirt, and I had like, you know, I knew the girls like glitter, so I put little glitter stuff on it. Cause, you know,
so you used to make them. Used to make them.
Huh?
Used to make the T-shirts?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
You know, I draw. You know, I do draw.
Okay.
I've always drew when I was young, so and that's how I started. You know, because my mom, you know, she was just like, well, I'm not buying you that, and I'm not. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get it myself, and I saved, you know, money. You know, I saved money, and you know, any little money I would find on the street, you know, I would put it in my little piggy bank, save it, you know, and you know, do little jobs, you know, washing cars. This is how I hustled to get myself to where, and I said, okay, I'm gonna buy some t-shirts, you know, and I invested in little glitter at the little stores because I had a lot of support from girls. Like I just had a lot of support from them. So, you know, and that's how I started my business and my company. You know, doing, you know, so it's and again, you know, I wasn't young. This was like 13, 12.
Right.
When I did.
And you learned the basic concepts of business when you were younger. You know, and the same thing for me, I got kind of a really similar kind of a story, but I was one of them people that loved coupons when I was young. I would, you know, when the coupons would come and I would clip. I mean, I remember being like 7, 8 years old, just clipping coupons and looking at the prices and the amount of the money and, you know, just stuff like that, you know, and just fantasizing in my head. What if I had a store one day and what I would charge, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it does start, you know, it starts young, you know. That's how come you have a lot of Black business programs that are focusing, gearing, you know, education towards young people getting into business because, you know, it starts young. Let's just put it like that. It starts young. So yeah, I think that's great. But yeah, the tees, it's so funny that the whole hip hop culture, they like the t-shirt thing anyhow. You know what I'm saying? What is that about? Mm-hmm. What is it about them t-shirts?
Well, I mean, it's a brand. You know, it's a brand because again, you know, when you think of hip hop, especially old school hip hop, you know, everybody was doing Adidas. You know, they made it big. You know, Run DMC made Adidas really big, and I'm talking like 80s, 90s, around that time. You know, and then fast forward to Cross Colors and Caulk 9, and, you know, all of these other brands started coming into play. It's just, you know, we as a people have always been fashionable. And again, you know, if it wasn't for us investing or speaking about a lot of these brands, they wouldn't be where they're at today. You know, me, you know, coming from New York, a lot of people will talk about Timberland boots. You know, Timberland is big because, you know, Polo, you know, a lot of rappers used to talk about Polo, you know, but these are not Black, you know, per se brands. No. These are, you know, these are different type of brands, but we made them popular and we made millions of dollars.
But I'm saying, why did, so it's just like, okay, I guess what I'm getting at is t-shirts being kind of like, you know, popular because I guess they're, you know, they're easy, just throw on. They're comfortable. They're, you know, casual wear. I mean, it's kind of like the blue jean thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, just easy and people like kind of like a baseball cap. People like that simple kind of a look. You know, now that's kind of where I was getting at. You know, the whole thing.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just something that's always been around. Yeah. Really, I don't know when it started, how it started exactly, but it's always been regular t-shirts and regular hats. You know, then it went to Kangos and, you know, all this other stuff. But I mean, it's always been basic baseball caps and t-shirts, pretty much. You know, it's a sport look as well. You know, it's also a sport thing, you know. So I mean.
And like I said, you know, people are paying a lot of money for these t-shirts. Shoot. I know I had a customer, I had somebody called me, Bob, maybe a couple months back now. He said he was going to start a t-shirt business and was asking me about it. And then, you know, my daughter, one of my daughters sells t-shirts on Etsy. And she's got her little brand. But she doesn't have a brand, but she's just like, what she does is she finds them old vintage t-shirts, like with Biggie Smalls and, you know, Tupac and stuff on them. And then she sells them. And that seems to be big, too, as people buy, like she sells, like, these Harley Davidson shit. I mean, she's gotten people, like, in, you know, all across the country that, you know, they need stuff, you know, they want them t-shirts. So t-shirts are big business now. I mean, like, wow, you know, I'm just amazed that, you know, how much money people make off of T-shirts.
Yeah, and that's great, but I would like to see us concentrate on our own brand.
Yeah.
You know, like this brand that you see right here, nobody else has it.
Yeah. So how much does that hat cost? Talk about your line, because I don't know anything about it. I need to promote that in Bob. You know.
No, I'm not selling these right now.
Oh, you're
I'm
not
selling
them? Oh, I thought you were selling them.
No. This is for me.
Okay.
I wear my stuff.
Okay. Now, how come you don't want to sell some?
Because I'm not at this time. No, I don't want to sell them. No.
Okay.
But yeah, I could.
So it's just like a walking advertisement for you then. It's like, you know, when you go out, you know, you want people. Okay. And does it open up the opportunity? I mean, do people come up to you? Do they ask you about what that brand is?
Yeah. Anytime I go, I mean, you know, because it's not something you're gonna see.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna see it unless. I mean, how are you gonna see it?
Right. Okay.
This is the only shirt and the only hat that has been made.
Okay.
From my understanding, unless the person who printed it is making it and selling it, I don't know. Which I don't think he will, but unless he's doing that.
Okay. So you're just it's kind of like you're carrying your own brand. Okay. Now my thing is I would suggest, me being in business and all, is that if start marketing that brand. I mean, you know, so other people can see it. And what's the best way of doing that? Is putting it on T-shirts.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of people have got these T-shirts too. Now, I had a Bob member here, maybe 3 weeks ago. Daryl Inspires, and she's got her and her husband. They come up with these really nice phrases, you know, to put on shirts, and like I love being a black girl, or stuff like that. I think it's nice too, when I think about what the messages that we can put on T-shirts, and we can wear them out and people can see what we feel and what we think too, So yeah.
Definitely.
So
and what's one last thing I wanted to add?
What's that?
About what Nipsey Hussle was doing. He also has that company. It's called Vector 90. From that. So Vector 90, which is pretty cool. It's actually a co-working space.
Okay.
So basically, so what you have is Bob, right? Where you basically go online and everybody meets up and we can all see what other businesses are. But he actually started this Vector 90, which is an actual physical place where small business owners can go, find out about jobs or networking with other and collaborating with other small business owners. Mm-hmm. So a lot of this
use the space for business too. I think I saw something on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one thing to do it online, and then it's another thing to actually physically meet up in your community face to face and saying, okay, you do this type of business, I do this type of business. Let's see what we can work out in terms of clients or business opportunities, things of that sort in our own community. What things can we do in our community? Because again, everything takes partners.
Right.
I'm going to keep reiterating that everything takes partners. So, if I didn't have people in my corner that was helping me, supporting me, buying things for me, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
Right.
And that's with anything that we are. You have to have people supporting you. You have to partner up with people, to take it to another level, because you're only going to go so far if you don't partner up with anyone.
Exactly.
So yeah, so if somebody wants to come in and buy my brand, like I'm by all means, I will partner up and we can print out a whole bunch of these T-shirts and hats, and I'll work out a percent, because the logo is nice. Shout out to Christina. She actually drew this logo. I went to school with her.
Okay.
She drew the logo for me because I kind of told her what I wanted, and she drew the logo, and here it is. It's an original logo. So, like I said, if you have some money, you want to invest in the Dario brand.
Well, hold it up to the screen because I don't know with the shadow if they can see it. Hold it. Let me see. Okay, I see it because I can see. Like, turn the hat over a little bit to the left, to your right, to your
like this.
to the right. Yeah. Because what is that? Is that
Not,
like what is the little swirl on top of the D? What is that?
yeah, it's an arch. It's an
Oh, it's an
arch.
arch. Yeah,
Yes.
Fidel Rio Arch.
Yes. So it's my
Nice.
last name D and then the A, and it's the hand drawing over with the arch. So
Yes. Yeah. So in
yeah,
case you guys don't know, Hamlin is one of our Bob members. And his company, he's got two of them. Tell them what your companies are. Tell Hamlin, your businesses.
well, Del Rio E&T Consulting. That's where I basically work with a lot of entertainment industry people. I'm a consultant. It's in terms of if you're wanting to set up a film company or music company, publishing, the business part of the entertainment business. Starting from the ground level up. That's pretty much the time. I do have my minor in entertainment business law. So these are the things that I work on in terms of the business and entertainment. Now I also have another company, which is Del Rio Arch, which I did go to school for drafting and design, so doing blueprints on different programs. In terms of, I actually have a couple here. You can see them in the back. Not really see them too good, but in terms of like, if you need a blueprint done or just drawings of houses and basic formats from menu sketches, so I have two of those companies, and those you can find on the Bob site as well.
Yeah. And we're going to talk more too about your companies. We're going to be here, everybody, every Sunday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to have a different discussion every week. We're going to, again, talk about Black business entertainers. So we're talking about not just entertainers, but we're talking about the Black entertainers who are investing in Black communities. Okay.
Yes.
They're doing something to make a difference and a change. And this is a topic that we feel just does not get enough attention. Okay.
Yes.
And since Bob focuses on Black-owned businesses, that's what Bob stands for. That's, what we're going to focus on. And so I want to give credit to you, Hamlin. I want to say, hey, thank you so much for being here and helping this all develop. Because
thank you, Michelle. Thank you for getting us going.
Yeah, because definitely without your insight on this, I don't think it would have developed as much. Because when we first discussed it, we're going to do it from the angle of talking about kind of a lot of the negativity that's going on, like with R. Kelly and that kind of stuff. But, so, hey, it's a good thing. But yeah, we want to give a shout out to Nipsey Hussle. Keep up the good work, my brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Big shout out.
And, buy you and your family a whole bunch of Bob cards. Okay. So they're only $10. And anybody can buy a Bob card, be a member. We're celebrating Black-owned businesses. And
Black History Month.
When you buy a Bob card, you are going to get discounts automatically at a Bob. Okay? So please go to our website, bobrewards.club. And again, thank you, and everybody have a good evening. Thank you, Hamlin.
Yes, you guys take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.